What's happening, Crypto Crew? This is Kal-El Can Fly with my wife, Emily.
Hello.
And as promised, here is our final thoughts of Attack on Titan.
Yes.
As far as part 2, we are completely
just
caught
how I
up.
feel. Yeah.
Yeah, heading into the final episodes.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to come out for another couple of months.
Right.
But it's going to be fun, kind of going over this stuff with you.
Right.
Because I actually made a comment in the last episode, episode 28, season 4, to somebody, just about how we've been married. It'll be 12 years this month, and like this show has actually shown us parts of each other that we never would have seen otherwise.
No.
You know, it's been such a revelation. You know, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And like I said, you grew up, in a religious household. You hold those beliefs and whatnot. I didn't, and I don't. And yet I guess, what do you want to say? Like, our opinions on the show
They're different.
are very different. And you would almost feel like they would be opposite because of how,
right.
Our thoughts on it. So
right.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
And
it is.
Yeah, I'm more the pacifist, optimistic one, and you're like,
let's do it now.
You're the Jaegerist.
I'm the Jaegerist.
I'm a Jaegerist. Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's something that I thought about today, and I thought, it's not very often a show comes along that can put you so deep. I mean, the show itself is so complex.
Right.
But that can actually make a couple like us learn something more about each other. And that, I think, was astonishing to me when I thought about that.
Right.
So, anyway, what are your thoughts? I'll let you go first. Just kind of...
Me?
Yeah, just off the cuff, just a little bit of riffing. Where do you stand on the show, just as a whole, and then we'll get into the details.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely a Jaegerist.
Yeah.
Before Aaron, all the way. And I have my reasons why I feel that way.
Yeah.
And I guess where I can start from is back to season 1, probably episode 1, I believe, when he was a young boy, 10 years old. It was him and Mikasa. And they were, under the tree. And then he had kind of like a deja vu, or he wasn't really sure what it was back then.
Right.
Which we look at it now, looks like it was a dream. Okay. So, but as he was going home, they came past a parade, correct?
Yeah.
Where all the soldiers were coming in, and he was so happy, and Mikasa was there, and he was so happy to see him, and all the soldiers were wounded, and all of that, and he's seen that. Well, then that's when, the Titan had broke through the walls, and that was Bertolt. Yeah. Right, had broke through. Well, so he was 10 years old.
I guess technically it was Reiner that broke the... Well, no, because Bert kicked it. And
he was over
Reiner
with
took
his
over
hand, looking down.
Okay.
And Aaron had saw him.
Right.
So that's when it all started for him.
Yeah.
10 years old. And as me seeing him see, everything that was going, the death. He's seen death before Mikasa did.
Yeah.
Before their friend... Armin did. He had seen it all. And him running up that hill, running towards his mother. And him at 10 years old, I couldn't imagine at 10 years old seeing my mother laying there.
Yeah.
Makes me want to cry. Seeing the roof on top of him, there's nothing he could do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But I'm sorry, it really gets to me, but it really, really got to me then seeing him like that. So him seeing that mentally changed him.
Yeah.
110%. So by then, only thing he could think of was attack. He wanted to kill every Titan there was for revenge for his mother. That's all he cared about, to care about his friends at that time. And, all of that. So you know, in my head, I'm watching him grow and I'm growing attached to him. And I'm thinking he's such a smart kid. You know, here his dad's still out there, don't know where his dad is. And, you know, his mother died. And at that time, he didn't know that that was his stepbrother's mother who killed his mother, you know, until it all, you know, eventually comes together. But just a lot of things, like him growing up, just me seeing him mentally and me being a mother, I guess.
Right.
But you know, as he got older and he turned for the first time, that was the Titan. So eventually he had to learn how to control that Titan inside of him. You know, and still in his head, probably when he's a Titan, you know, that's all he wants to do is attack people. So he turned then his head, you know, and I'm there with him and I'm thinking there's a reason. But you know, there for a while he was gone, right? He was gone. We didn't know where he was at, you know. The group was still together, you know, they still were fighting the Titans and all this stuff. But in my head, I'm thinking, where could Aaron be that whole time? Here's my theory, okay?
Okay.
Me thinking of that. Okay, so Aaron only has a few more years to live, correct? As far as we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even sure, even on the years, how he, you know, he has left. I'm thinking that him and Historia got it on, and that's Aaron's baby, and that's his offspring. So when he dies, he'll give it either to his son or his daughter. There'll be royalty, and there'll be the founder attack Titan. There'll be the whole shebang.
Interesting.
Is what I'm thinking. Because we don't know who the father is. She never said, and she never said if she was married. Not that I recall. Please, someone tell me if I'm wrong, because I never heard a father's name, who the father was, or if she was married.
I almost recollect something.
I don't
remember.
Now, I have thought, I went through episodes, I've kind of, I don't know. I don't know who the baby daddy is. So I'm thinking my son got into some nasty and trying to get him an offspring to give his abilities to his offspring like his father did to him.
Yeah.
Because he knows he only has a few years to live. So when he was gone, I'm thinking, where is he at? You know, he was gone for years.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you know, they found him and like all this stuff. And I'm thinking, where would he be?
I mean, that's not anything I thought about, but I mean, like, possibly going forward.
But anyhow, my thing is exactly. So if this child is his offspring, you know, and he gives his offspring, then his child is going to rule the world. And I don't think, I know it sounds bad. Everyone's like, you're a Yairist, you know, you're this and that. And it's like, yeah, I am. I like Aaron. Just because I don't like his leader. What is his leader's name? Flock. He's a fucker. Let me tell you what, who can do better than him? Either Levi or myself, because I don't like him. I don't like him, plain and simple.
Well, it would have to be you, because I don't think Levi would be on board with Aaron.
Yeah, so. It would be me. But I just don't like him. Just because, you know, just because I'm on Aaron's team, don't mean you have to like everybody that's on his team. You know, that goes for anything. So, but yeah, like, I don't know. I'm for Aaron. I believe that there is a cause. There's a reason. I'm hoping to God I'm right. Yeah. And we'll see what happens. And you know, right now I feel like it's a live or die situation.
Yeah.
You know, it's either, you know, you gonna die or you gonna live. What are you gonna do? You gonna protect your family, or are you just gonna let, you know, someone kill them? It doesn't matter whose side you're on by then. It's like everybody protect everybody protect your own.
Right.
You know, that's the way I feel. So it's just like, you know, maybe, I don't know. I just feel like there's a big reason behind it. And I feel like Aaron's going to kill his own brother, Zeke. I don't think Zeke's going to be around.
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten any clarity on Zeke, whether Zeke's already dead or whether he's, you know, in there with Aaron.
I think Aaron's, if he's alive.
Maybe he's held in that special realm,
maybe.
The path or whatever. And
maybe.
I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find that out.
Right.
You know, eventually. But, going back to what you said about Aaron seeing death first, I don't think that's necessarily true in that he and Mikasa both experienced when she got captured and they killed those bandits or whatever that killed Mikasa's mother. So they both have that kind of.
I guess so. I guess so. And that goes to another point too I wanted to point out with Mikasa. I know she is hurt right now. I know she's heartbroken. I know she cares for Eren, but I know deep down inside, I know Eren still cares for her.
Right.
And there's a reason why he was an asshole and he was a dick to them both. And I think he's pushing them away because he cannot protect them and concentrate on other things that are more important right now.
Yeah.
As long as he thinks in his head that they hate him, dislike him, then you don't have to worry about him so much. And at the end, hopefully we'll figure out why. Because I know that Mikasa, if it would come down to it, I know that she would do anything and everything she had to do to save Eren's life.
Right. I agree.
I don't care. She could say it right now, oh, I'd never do it. But when the time came inside of her, I guarantee she would. Yeah.
Yeah. I do feel she is in love with him.
Yes.
And I
feel like he loves her.
Yeah.
I do. It's that they're both stubborn. They both are.
I just think timing hasn't really quite worked out for them. He's always been off doing what he needed to do to protect everybody. And Mikasa's, she was in the Scouts, a different division, and
they were
stuff
away from each other for so many years.
Right.
And they grew apart, so they didn't have that connection.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
We'll see how that goes. But, yeah, for me, like, the show as a whole, oh, wow. Like, the storytelling. Let's start with storytelling.
Yeah.
Like, the actual story is so complex. It's one of those things that, and I understand nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Everybody has done bad things.
Done their share. Like, exactly.
I understand that. And I understand as well that I'm trying to bring my own moral code into a world where it doesn't really fit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it really doesn't.
Right.
And, I know that even if I would get into a position of power in the real world here, my moral code wouldn't really fit in politics these days.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I mean, I understand that. But it doesn't stop me from wanting for everybody to have the happy ending.
Right.
You know what I mean? And for me, my biggest issue with what Eren is doing is for the innocent people that are going to get trampled and eaten and destroyed, just massacred. Men, women, and children that had nothing to do with this war. Literally nothing to do with the war. Mm-hmm. But we're not talking about a little bit of, I guess, collateral damage. That's what I was looking for. We're not talking about a little bit of collateral damage. We're talking about billions of people. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of collateral damage. Mm-hmm. There's only a few people in Mali that are controlling everything. Mm-hmm. And yes, there's always people that are going to be stepping up into that position and all of that stuff. So for me, it's hard to feel on Eren's side because he's not innocent.
No.
And even though the people in Mali or around the world that are not part of the military,
right,
even though they have these beliefs, right, that the island devils and all that stuff, that's just what they were taught. You know what I mean? So it's like, they haven't done any bad. Just because they're ignorant to the truth doesn't mean they deserve to die. They haven't harmed anyone. They haven't hurt anyone. And, it's like saying somebody that was taught a different form of religion in another country, and it doesn't adhere to your beliefs, deserves to die. They haven't hurt anybody. They haven't done anything.
Right.
So that to me is just like, I just can't get on board with that. So I'm technically not even with the Alliance. I'm not technically even with Armin, Mikasa, Annie and Reiner, all those guys. I want them to go stop Eren.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the only reason I'm really with them. But they've all done bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also concerned about the rest of the world that really were not even involved
Mm-hmm.
in this war.
Right.
And they're the ones that are going to suffer.
Mm.
And on top of that, if Eren succeeds, right, he wipes out the entire human race outside the walls, right? Where does that leave the people on the island? Because it's not going to wipe out the Titans. There's going to be a power struggle because the Titans are going to still exist.
Yeah, but you know, if he becomes the founder, Titan, he actually gets that power.
But he's still going to die in 4 years.
Yeah, but
And
like
then that Titan's going to get passed on to a newborn baby.
exactly, Historia's baby. That's why he's fighting to keep her protected.
I think the only way that they could do that is to have the baby eat Eren.
Well, then maybe that's probably what's going to have to be done.
Otherwise, it goes to a random.
He's doing it for a greater purpose. Everything he's doing is for a greater purpose, and I keep saying that. And that's the reason why.
Yeah.
We'll see. But that's the reason, because you clicked it with me.
Yeah.
As soon as you said that, I'm thinking, wouldn't a man move the earth and mountains for his family? If he had somebody that was pregnant with his child, wouldn't he move mountains to protect that person, no matter who was in the way? If they absolutely. And you're thinking, Eren's doing all this. You know, it's for a greater purpose. We just don't know what that is.
I agree with you. I don't necessarily think it has to be the baby. I think that he would move mountains for his friends, for Mikasa and Armin.
Yeah, I think he made his own with her.
Yeah.
I think there's a little baby Eren cooking in there.
I mean, possibly. It's definitely possible. And
or little baby Emily after Grandma.
Grandma. You started off calling yourself mother, now it's Grandma.
Oh, everyone thinks I'm your fucking mother anyhow, so why not? I look damn good to be your mother if I was.
So yeah, for me, you know, it's just hard to reconcile given my own moral compass. The story itself, there is no right or wrong answer.
No.
Like everywhere you look at it, it really is just a dead end of bad answers.
It is. In every direction.
You know, a lot of people feel like Zeke had the best answer out of them all because the Eldians would have been able to live in peace, you know, for the rest of their lives. The people on the island would have lived in peace for the rest of their lives, but then their race would have died out because they wouldn't have been able to procreate.
You're right.
But but you're talking a few thousand people as opposed to billions. Is that the right answer? In my opinion, it's not.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. At all.
Yeah.
With that part.
As far as the show, from what we've seen, you know, the story is just epic.
Yeah, it is.
And we've really fallen in love with the story and with these characters. We pushed through this show really quickly. You know, a lot of other reactors, you know, they'll put out one episode a week or a couple episodes a week. You know, we were going every day. New episode, new episode, new episode.
Yeah.
And I had to take the weekends off. It was hard to keep up. But, you know, Monday through Friday, it was new episodes every day. And we loved it. Yeah. I mean, absolutely loved, because we just couldn't get enough of it.
No.
So I'm really anxious to see where it does go and whatnot. But the animation was really good. I think it got even better in the 4th season. The sound, the music is fantastic. Now, we did watch the dubbed version.
Yeah.
And we actually did start watching the sub version.
We did.
In bed the other night.
We did.
That's what we do in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. But yeah, we started watching the subbed version, and I haven't gotten the overwhelming feeling yet in the first couple of episodes that the voice acting is that much better, but we haven't really seen any of the major parts yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to give that a chance. But we want to learn to do the subs because we want to be able to hit those new episodes as well when they first come out, because we don't want to have to wait another month
Right.
for the English dub.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be hard as well. Everybody else will be reacting to it. And then we'll have to try and avoid spoilers.
I know, because we're so old. Everyone thinks we're so old we can't do it.
Yeah. So we're just trying to learn a new skill. I mean, obviously we can read.
Yeah.
But it's just reading whilst watching is just a little bit different. And we don't want to miss anything in the show.
Exactly.
We missed enough as it was at this first time around. You know, when you look at, there's so much in the show, and we missed a lot even with the dub. So we would have been completely lost.
We would have been.
We'd have been.
I would have been. Yeah, because
So learning, I think, to do the subtitles. I think now that we know the story, we know the characters, we don't have to worry so much about missing as much.
Exactly.
We know where the story's going to go.
Exactly.
So we'll learn that, and we're trying.
We're trying here. Okay?
So we really do want to watch it in its original form.
We do.
And kind of see what you guys are saying in regards to the voice acting and get that same kind of emotion that you guys are talking about.
Right, because we got a lot of emotion without it.
Right.
So I can't imagine having emotion with it to see the difference.
We'll see. It's going to be fun. We'll get through that and we'll see. And then hopefully we'll be able to do the new episodes in the
Yes. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Story, animation, and sound. Like, that's the trifecta of, you know, just a fantastic show.
It is.
And we've just been...
You just told me the other day, you're like, honey, I'm missing the show. I'm like, no, me too.
I am.
I know. He's been listening to the music off of there. And I'm like, what are you listening to?
Yeah.
And he'll tell me, I'm like, oh, okay. Enjoy.
Well, it's just, you know, it is. We've been...
You get attached.
We've been engrossed in this show for, you know, I know it sounds like such a first world problem. We've been engrossed in this show so heavily for the past couple of months.
Yeah.
That now that it's just, like, stopped.
It's like a death.
Yeah.
It's like you're missing something. It's like, honey, shouldn't we go film? You know, and it's like, you know, we don't have it no more.
Right. Now, at least, and I feel bad because I know people that went from season 1 to season 2 and had that long wait.
I feel so sorry for you guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, those guys didn't have a few months worth of episodes that they, you know, condensed down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just feel like it overran our lives for a little while, and now it's gone.
It is. It's something you've been used to, and you're used to it, and they just take it away.
Right. But yeah, it is a fantastic show, and I did get a comment on the last video.
Okay.
And I'm glad that it came in because I might have forgotten to ask you this.
Oh God, what?
Which one's better? Attack on Titan or Invincible?
Oh, Attack on Titan, baby.
All right.
Yes.
I agree. I very much agree.
Yes. I mean, this is like the best ever. Like top notch. Yeah. 10 all the way for me.
Now, I loved shows like Dexter, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
What else? Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. You know, all of those shows were fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, for me, this show has them all beat.
Yeah. It does. It does. It truly does. I agree 110%.
I always said, for me, like the first season of Prison Break, for instance, I thought was the best.
You have said that for years.
The best written season of television ever.
Yes.
This has taken my top spot. Like it really has, and it was not something I expected to
Right. Good. Good.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty enamored
This is
with
number
this
one on
show.
my list for sure.
It's going to be hard for us going into other anime shows.
It is.
Starting with this one, it has set such a high bar, and going to something else. It's even going into Demon Slayer. Like it's not a bad show at all.
No, not at all.
It's a very sweet show. Tanjiro is a very nice character.
Yes.
And actually
yes.
a character that I really enjoy.
You do, and I do
because,
too. Yeah.
I appreciate those good guys.
Right.
And he seems to be that, at least so far. And yeah, it's just harder to enjoy because
Yeah.
Attack on Titan was just up here.
I know. My boy.
So it's a great show. We can't say enough great things about it.
Yeah.
We will be spreading the word, although I think we were probably the last to know anyway.
Yeah, true.
Everybody
true.
we know, like
right.
I talk to people at work about it.
Oh yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah.
What? Where have we been?
We've been hiding under a rock.
I guess so.
The Marvel rock or something.
Something.
So, but yeah, it's fantastic. And do you have any other thoughts on the seasons? Do you have a favorite season? Was the fourth season?
4 seasons. Yeah, number 4 is my favorite.
I had a
sure.
feeling you'd say that.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest. I think season 4 started off kind of rocky for me. It really threw me off with the change in the animation studio, and then also having all these new characters with Gabi and Falco and all them guys. Like it really threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
But right about halfway, and then obviously with Eren
right.
turning.
Yeah.
Again, it was just like another thing that threw me off.
Right.
So halfway through season 4, I was just like, ugh.
Right.
I had so many problems with it because I wasn't expecting any of that stuff.
Yeah, well.
And the show completely flipped on its head.
Mm.
But the back half of season 4 was so epic that it completely made up for that.
Right.
And while I don't agree with what Eren's doing, and we've discussed all that, the story itself and the way that they did it, like those last scenes of those Titans coming out of the sea,
crazy,
is nuts.
I know. It's crazy. It's kind of scary in a way,
Yeah.
Yeah. Good though.
Yeah.
It was very good.
But those are the thoughts that we've had about the show. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are. I mean, obviously, we're going to have differing opinions.
Yeah.
So just be respectful in the comments down below. Don't be arguing with each other, because I have seen a lot of, arguing going back and forth.
Jaeger.
Yeah, I'll take this kind of Jaeger. Then I won't care if I live or die.
I'll just drink it away.
Yeah. There you go. Well, that was the other part of season 4 when they all got drunk.
Mm-hmm.
That was so nice to see.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is Eren already knew what he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
When he was on top of that hill looking down upon those tents, he was crying. And Mikasa came to him and asked him, why are you crying?
Right.
Because he knew he was going to have to kill all those people.
Mm-hmm.
He knew
crazy.
that when he asked her, am I just family to you?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I something more? He knew what she was going to say. And he was trying everything.
Yeah.
Because I think if she'd have given him the answer that he wanted, he'd have lived out the last 4 years of his life in peace.
With her.
But
Maybe. I like my idea better.
Yeah, well. What, a one-night stand with Historia rather than 4 years with the love of his life?
Have an epic baby? Yeah.
Well, you just want to see a little baby Eren.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's so many facets to this. I mean, we could probably talk for hours.
Yeah.
And but overall, the show is just,
Yeah.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, it's a 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
just,
100. It's great.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's the best show I've ever seen. TV show. Mm.
And we're going to be going back and rewatching, so I'm sure we'll have
Oh,
other
yeah.
thoughts and whatnot, but it's just, yeah, and I can't wait for that second full watch through because I'm sure we've missed so much.
I know we have. I know I probably want to go come back and do another one of these.
Yeah.
Re-talk again.
Right.
Just see different stuff. The more as we go along, I know I'm going to be like, wait, I forgot about that.
Right. Well, we know part 3's coming, so we'll be doing those episodes as well.
Yeah.
And then we'll do another like talking head video like this at the end.
Oh yeah,
see.
we can. Mm-hmm.
But you know, theories wise, you were talking about that. What are you gonna do if that doesn't happen? And let's say Aaron kills Mikasa and Armin.
That would never happen.
Would you still be with him if he kills his best friend?
That would never happen. He would never do that.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I do know. That would never happen.
You don't see it at all?
No.
Because there's going to be some shocks in that third part. And I have because, you know, what's the point of having a part 3? I mean, you can use your imagination to see the banned world as, you know, as he goes, tramples it, you know, out of that sea. Like, there's going to be some kind of conflict in that third part.
Right.
They're going to catch up to him.
Yeah, I'd like to know how in the hell they're all going to catch up to him with all them damn Titans.
Well, remember they were talking about they pulled the boat and they were going to get in front of where he was going to be. Angie and why can't I think of their name? But remember, they were all at the port where Armin got shot through the face, and they decided because it was going to take a whole day to get that flying boat up and running, they were just going to tow it to the mainland. But they didn't know how long they were going to have on the mainland before Eren arrived.
Okay.
And so they're going to get there, and there's going to be some kind of conflict.
I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be conflict. I'm hoping that they'll be able to talk to him.
Yeah.
Try to figure out what's going on at least, you know. So I don't know. I can't see that happening. I'm sorry. He pissed them off for a reason to keep them away. And they haven't learned their lesson yet.
Yeah, but if they come there and try to kill him, to try and stop him.
Well, I don't think he's going to allow him to kill him, but I don't think he's going to purposely kill him on purpose, you know?
Yeah, I mean, hard to say.
Why do you say shit like this?
I'm just throwing theories out there. I just want to see what your reaction would be, you know, if Eren doesn't turn out to have this big master plan, if what he says he's doing, he's actually going to go through with. Like, are you still on board with that?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't know. I plead the fifth right now.
Right. Yeah, she's probably going to still be with Eren.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I might be sleeping on the couch after asking that question.
Probably.
But yeah, so let us know your guys' thoughts on this. Which is your favorite season? You know, do you prefer, I guess, the complexity and the political arguments of season 4? We definitely saw more, I guess, I don't want to say arguing, but debating. Let's go with debating. In the comments. The comments turned much more sour in the 4th season. Like, there was, like, the first 3, everybody was like, oh, you know, so happy and glad you guys are watching. And then season 4 came and things just changed. Like, people were like, this is what I think, and here's my 5-chapter book on, you know, why.
Right.
It was like, whoa, okay. the comment section of the videos just kind of changed, and it was interesting.
Everybody's getting into it like we are.
Right.
I mean, you know, everyone, and I like to hear everyone's opinions.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
I love
it's not a criticism. It was just a very different vibe.
Right.
Yeah,
everybody's getting into it like we are. You know,
because the season 4 just completely flipped the show.
Yeah.
And therefore, the comments just also seemed to flip.
Right.
There was such a divide between the Jaegerists and, I guess everybody else.
Yeah.
And we even had that between us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was kind of interesting to kind of read through a lot of those comments.
Right. Yeah, because you'll read me comments, and I'm like, yeah, I'm with that person.
Right.
And you're like, oh, you are? I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree.
And I'm in the middle of typing out a response, like a rebuttal. And she's like, yeah, I agree with them.
Yeah, I do.
Well, but no, it's a fantastic show. But like I said, let us know what you guys think. Do you have anything else before we wrap up here?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Go, Aaron.
Yeah. No. Go, everybody else. So. But thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully we didn't bore you to death with our thoughts. And this was just like a kind of an impromptu kind of video. We didn't want to have it too structured or anything like that. We were just kind of talking with each other and hopefully brought you guys along for the ride. And again, thank you all for coming on this ride with us with Attack on Titan. And hopefully you'll all stick around for part 3 because we will definitely be doing those episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you later.
Crypto Crew.